Good morning. Oh, excuse me. Being wibbly wobbly. Hang on. Oh, I needed to put my gloves on because it's a bit on the parky side. It snowed. It snowed. It was snowing really heavily when I left home this morning, and it seems to have eased off, but we had the promise of snow and frost and fog, so I thought I'd head out into the peaks. I've come back to a location I've been to once before where it was so foggy you couldn't actually see anything. And there's not as much fog up here as I was hoping. However, we've got a really bland sky that has just got little bits of detail in it and a beautifully blank canvas behind, wait for it, you're going to be surprised, a lone tree. Look at that beauty, if you can see it over my left or my right shoulder. Yes, it is snowing. Sorry, I was just listening. I can't feel it because I'm wrapped up like Nanook of the North, but I can hear it landing on my jacket. Very, very light snow. I wanted to shoot, whee, in that direction down there. But as you can probably see, there's not quite enough fog down there to blank out the tut behind the trees. So I walked through the gate, and the first one I've come to, I thought, oh, I like that. I'll spin you round and try and show you what we're up to. Hold on, that means I've got to take my gloves off again. Or at least put my fingers through. These are my vallerret gloves, and that's probably back to front. I used them in Finland, but only once or twice. It just wasn't that cold. It feels colder here, and it is 1 degree than it did in Finland when it was -3. It's random. And we've come through the gate, which is there. And I've walked all of, 20 yards. And I've seen this tree. And what's attracted me, we've got a little bit of greenery in front of it. We've got a gully behind it with frosty greenery on the left and a little tuft of greenery on the right that's frosted over. And we've got the path that leads round. The tree I could really do with leaning the other way, but hey, you can't have it all. I've tried portrait orientation, which I quite like, but there's an awful lot of space over here that is a little bit dead. And now I've tried, I tried landscape orientation with that, and I've tried portrait, which I quite like. I have, bizarrely enough, got 0.6 grad on, because even though the sky is quite bland, it was still considerably lighter than this here ground. What are we at? F10, 1/16 of a second. And I think that works all right. Now, today is going to be bitting and batting. Because I tell a lie, I did come out with a plan in mind. And as I got closer to the location I wanted to go to, I thought, it's not going to work. There's not enough light coming through because it's threatening to be low-hung cloud all day. So I quickly changed my mind and ended up here. Where I'm going to go from here is anybody's guess. But I think I might have quite a good wander around. There's another couple of trees down there that I'd like to shoot. Again, in this direction. When I came here before, I was shooting down that way. But if I come up here, and the good thing about this place is nobody comes here. No idea why. Down there, you're starting to see all the hills. And I don't want that. I want to be really minimal. So shooting this way is the better option. And I'm going to have a wander up this path because I don't know what the view's like from the top. So yes, we could be in 3 or 4 different locations, or we might just be here for the morning. I'm not sure yet. But it's an adventure. I'm feeling in a really silly mood because it snowed. Hey! Oh, I was just such a big kid. I opened the curtains this morning and went, yes! Oh bugger, how am I going to get up the bloody driveway? Right, I have walked about 500 yards off the main path. I went and had, I went and had a look at the other trees that I wanted to see. They weren't working. Shooting this way, they were far too close together. I wasn't getting any separation. Even using the 70 to 200, it wasn't going to work. So I've come off the path and I spotted, first of all, hold on, that there tree over my left shoulder. I'm hoping you can see. It's over there somewhere. I thought, oh, that looks interesting. And then I came down here and saw this fence and thought, maybe it's not that interesting. But it does afford you a beautiful view over the valley. And I thought, there's not enough snow over there. Hey ho, so I'm just going to carry on having a wander around here. And then I saw this little beauty. Oh, mouthful of hair. I'm sure you can see him. And I love the way it's tilting over to the left. There are a couple of difficulties with this image, so let me show you what we're talking about. He is on a gorgeous angle. You can see he's been windswept. So the wind obviously comes in from the right-hand side the majority of the time. But there's not actually a lot of separation between the bottom bough, and the vegetation, the heather. There's also a little bit of a cut through here, and then there's a cut through there. Now you might be wondering why I'm pointing at these bits, because I've still got the ultra wide on, the 11-16. We've also got a fence here, so again I've had to be quite deliberate in how I've shot, because if I come down too low, the distortion I'm going to get on the tree is going to be even worse, or it's going to make it look worse than it actually is. So I've settled on not quite full extension on the tripod. We've got, we've got a funny combination of leg lengths here. The right hand leg, this leg here, is longer because that's in a hole, obviously. I've still got my 0.6 grad on, just to pull the sky down a bit, and there is the smallest bit of detail, and it's starting to snow. Excuse me. We've got beautiful bark, which stands out quite nicely, as does the green of the leaves with the white snow just settling on it. Oh, we've got snow. I might have to go and take a photo. I'm trying to get a short enough shutter speed to not get any motion in the branches and the heather, because there is a little bit of a breeze. Oh, it's really snowing now. There is a bit of a breeze, but if I go too low on my shutter speed or too high on my shutter speed, it's a really dark image. So yes, I know I could change the aperture. That would help. I was shooting at f10. Oh, now I'm going to shoot at f7.1, which gives me a fifth of a second, which still isn't really enough. Drop that down to f5.6. That gives me an eighth of a second. That might be enough just to capture some of the snow that's coming in, and hopefully get the... It's not going to be enough. The wind's now picking up. I'd need it up at about 1/250th of a second to freeze that, and I really do want it sharp. I've got lots of negative space because I'm shooting out at 11mm. Yeah, quite a good morning so far. God knows where I'm going to go after here. But I feel more trees coming on. Today is definitely a day for just driving around. I finished where I was before and thought I'll head over to Longshore Estate. And then I got distracted by some woods on the right hand side as I drove along what I call the 13 bends from back in my biker days. I thought, oh, we'll go and have a look down there. And that was no good. It was all fenced off, barbed wire, and I couldn't see any entrance to it. So I thought, right, let's head off to the original place I was going to go. I'm not going to tell you where that is because I'm saving that for another day. So the sat-nav pulled me down here and I thought, oh, they look really good. Where can I stop? And again, I'm seeing stone walls, barbed wire. I'm thinking, oh God, it's all private property. But then finally, I found a lay-by with a gate. I thought, hey, I'm in. The big guns have come out. We've got the 70-200 on. I literally walked through the gate and I've seen my first composition. I'm going to try and show you what we're up to. It's not worked as I wanted it to, but then I gave myself a slap and thought, you stupid woman. You can't make it work as you want to because it's not the type of image that's going to work that way. So it's recalibrating my brain slightly. I have, as I say, I've got the 70-200 on. I'm at, about 170 mil, 180 mil. I'm at f3.5 and I'm at a 40th of a second. VR is turned off. Ignore the fact I've got the grad on the front. I need to take it off. I didn't need it for this shot. Let me swizzle you around. Hold on. I'm all excited, can you tell? Now that's the view. And this one, this slanty one, caught my eye. Now, I have just twiddled with the composition because I wanted one where it was slightly offset, and I'm hoping against hope that you can see this. Let me just pull this out. There we go. I'm using the shallow depth of field to isolate these three trees from the others, and then we've got this beautiful soft golden colour of, it's some sort of grass, I'm not quite sure what it is. And I focused in on that one, the middle one. I've zoomed right in, so I've got no sky. There's just soft greens, soft golds and whites. And that was the central composition. It might work as a square crop. And that was slightly offset, which I don't think works. But always try these things, because you just never know. And there's nothing worse than getting home and thinking, I wish I'd tried that. Oh, I could do with a lot more snow. The sky lifted at one point, excuse me, and I thought, oh, that's it, game over. But it's come over really cloudy again. It's not really mist or fog, it's just low-hanging cloud. So we've got some options. These trees here have caught my eye. And I was thinking minimal. That won't work as minimal in the sense that I'm thinking of it, with lots of sky around it, because there's trees all around it. These ones, there's 5 there, they will. So I'm going to head off up there and see what we can do with that. Again, I'm going to keep with the 70 to 200. I'm going to take the filter off probably. I'm so excited, I don't know what to do first. Oh dear. And I would like to say, before I forget, thanks for all the people who've sent images in. I'm working on that video probably this afternoon. I have ordered the book. I haven't ordered as many copies as I was going to, because the interest wasn't there, and I fully get that. It's a difficult time for everybody in terms of finances, so I fully understand. I think I've ordered 12 books. So yes, thanks for all the photos that have come in. If I haven't responded to you, I do apologise. I keep kind of losing track of who I've responded to and who I haven't. But that'll get put out probably Boxing Day. Because I think Boxing Day's Sunday. Oh, I can't remember anyway. But yes, thank you. Any more people want to send them in? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Right, I'm going to head off. Catch you in a minute. Can't tell you how much fun I'm having. I've come off the track. It's hard work out here on the ground because there's tufts and lumps and dips, and I've nearly lost my leg down a hole several times. But I just don't know which way to look first. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've done 5 different compositions, and I've just got so carried away. I thought, I don't want to talk to you. Sorry. I'm just having too much fun. And I'm doing the bigger view with minimal, and then I'm doing the closer view. The one that I've done a closer view on, I'll show you. Just bear with me one sec. This little tree here with the 2 trunks. I was shooting back here somewhere with the 70 to 200, and I just focused in on those, and from a distance they almost cross. I've got nothing in the background. I had to do some wiggling and jiggling because I didn't want to lose the shape that I was getting, but I needed to position myself where there was nothing else in the background, which was quite hard. Again, still on a shallow depth of field. I'm at f3.5, and I think, let's have a look-see, what was I at? 1/80th of a second. And I've finally taken the filter off because I wasn't using it. It was just there for decoration. And that attracted me because of the green on the bark. And again, we've got that beautiful soft golden colour in the grasses that are surrounding it. You might have guessed I'm ever so slightly a little bit giddy. I was standing back there shooting these trunks when I saw in the distance those. That looks like father and child, or maybe father and mother and child, because there's 3 of them. It's a little bit tricky because the grasses are quite tall and you can see them moving. We've got a bit of a breeze going on. Again, f3.5, I want to say 3.5, yeah, f3.5, an 80th of a second. I did that one central, so probably a square crop on a portrait orientation, and I also did it landscape with the trees on the right hand side. There's going to be a little bit of cloning to do. There's just some little parts of this first tree just encroaching, but I couldn't get the required amount of room around it without getting those in. It's friggin' marvellous! And I think I'm going to have to call it a day because I haven't been out very early. I think I hit the road about 6 o'clock and it's about 11 now and I'm starving. I've not had any breakfast yet. And I think I've seen a couple more images that I want to get from here. But I could lose myself for hours. It's trying to snow still. The low-lying cloud is getting lower and lower and lower. What a fabulous place. If I don't see you again, have a great week. Hope you like the images. Catch you all next weekend. Bye for now.